because I got a tooth filling. Dentist said if it feels too hard, maybe because he took out the root, so my body will sense it if it's too tall, but it's actually not. But he said we should still file it down if I think it's too high. So I said it's too high, he filed it down. It was too high again, he filed it down. It still felt too high, but I didn't say it anymore because okay, maybe it's not and I just feel like it and I left. After that I had to readjust my jaw and he had to keep readjusting my jaw. And it was extremely uncomfortable, impossible. And with that, soon after, maybe a week, I'm not sure, came tinnitus. My cognition also started declining. I felt like I couldn't think, as this was as well bothering me still. I think my face asymmetry made my cranium collapse on my brain. And I couldn't. Also, me trying to maybe cut out the tinnitus also maybe collapse the brain because the bones move when I'm trying to run away from it. I stopped being able to imagine things as much. My thought process started not being able to be full or complete as it was before. I knew something was wrong and I wanted it to go away, but it just didn't and kept getting worse over the years. My vision also started declining asymmetrically. Only much later I made the connection that the tooth filling may be responsible for those things. Then I had oral problems. I didn't think I should brush my teeth because it doesn't make sense to need something unnatural, and that's also probably toxic, and keep gulping it down your body. Even if you don't swallow it, it goes through your cells. It's just how it works. Anyways, my teeth got bad. Then I had to go to the dentist. My tooth got cracked on a black round thing inside a potato. He fixed it, allegedly, but the pain started returning after a week. Before that, actually, my whole jaw is hurting already, all of the teeth. And they were sensitive. That pain just kept increasing along with the tooth pain, and that tooth pain was way more than the rest. He worked on it again, it still didn't work. And then there was a last month where I was bearing the pain, and I had to either, the pain spread up my left side of the face and into my brain. It kept pounding. I couldn't sleep because of it, but also my cognition was declining. My memories was declining, my thinking was declining, my language was declining. And I had to either end it or change my diet. I stopped eating starch, potatoes, bread, etc. And the pain started disappearing, and within a week it was almost gone. Also, before that, I went to a female doctor about the tinnitus. She said my hearing was very good in both ears, but the insides of my right ear were different than the left ear somehow, but she couldn't explain how or why, and she didn't know what was causing it. My father, I kept getting sicker and sicker on a vegetarian diet, but also otherwise anyway. He forced me to go to school anyway and thought I was faking it. So everybody in the medical industry failed me. When eating cooked meat, I was eating mostly cooked meat because I wasn't eating carbs and starches anymore. I started having to piss very frequently, and I was extremely thirsty a lot of the time. So I figured out maybe I have to eat raw meat, and that's what I did. Sveric and Jonas are related. The raw meat fixed the problem for a while, but then it kinda started coming back. And the way I fixed that was by not drinking tap water anymore and replacing it with spring bottled water. However, even drinking that, I felt kinda thirsty afterwards. It's hard to explain, it's not normal thirst. It's like I'm missing a mineral. That's how I feel from the water. And I'm not getting it, despite it's cancelling some of the thirst, it didn't cancel that part. I'm not sure if that isn't magnesium. What people tell you about the keto diet is that you need magnesium. You get magnesium from spinach. But spinach also has very high oxalates, and this forms kidney stones, on top of creating other issues. And you also have to cook it, and allegedly some people have problem processing cooked vegetables even more than raw ones. Most of the spinach isn't even raw, it's frozen. And maybe the magnesium isn't even available from the spinach. I tried eating it, but I don't remember if it's fully healed the thirst. Anyways, that thirst has mostly stayed since then. The issue with feeding isn't solved because I need animal fat. I can't eat butter because I don't do well with dairy, except with cheese. So no dairy fat or lactose. And there is not much normal animal fat. There is mostly in winter, and where there is normal animal fat, it's usually low quality from badly fed animals. It also makes me nauseous. Butter also does, but this fat not so much. Jonas said it's related to a bile acid malabsorption problem. So everything that has a solution, the solution has other problems in it. The bile acid malabsorption can be addressed by eating raw and salted cheese. That is not sold anywhere, so I have to make it myself. But it smells, so they won't let me make it at home. For context, you had to eat the cheese while you're eating the fat. Or was it a little bit before or a little bit after? I don't remember. There should be information about it. To top it off, tooth fillings are toxic and I want to yank them out. There's people who have noticed improvement in cognition and functioning after removing them. But also, even if you don't know if they're toxic, it makes me feel bad and it makes me irritable, and I had to try to learn to move things inside my head to not be irritated by that and stop paying attention. But this is not how your body should feel. I also went to a bunch of doctors to check me out briefly for spinal, muscle, body, nerve issues. And they said I was fine because I could do a certain movements. Of course, they seemed kinda terrible people, just like a certain person who took me there. I know a lot of people have problems with the medical industry not taking care of them. There may be a few competent people or people who care. But even those who care often don't know a lot about the information. It's not a good place. Costs money. So you have this system running your head and then making you pay for it. A major cause of tooth problems also is teeth grinding, which is caused by stress. And things like trying to dissociate from the discomfort in my teeth and tinnitus and other issues so I can do what I need to do. Not only get people who don't support you in trying to improve yourself and your health, a lot of them will actively try to stop you and prevent you, on top of dismissing you and gaslighting you.